Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to review another Netflix movie, and today it is the horror movie The Ritual, and this is a movie that I did a trailer reaction for not that long ago, and I thought the trailer looked really good, and I'm happy to report after watching this movie doesn't disappoint at all. So straight off the bat here, this is a good movie, guys. So if you're wondering if you're going to give this one a go, definitely it's worth a watch. And what is this movie about? Well, this movie essentially focuses initially at the beginning on there are 5 university or college friends all deciding on what lad's holiday they're going to go on next. There is a tragedy, and what they end up doing is going on a hiking holiday to Sweden in memory of one of their friends. So the movie picks up with them on the hiking holiday in Sweden 6 months after the beginning of the film, and they are, it's hard to say, they're not really enjoying the hiking holiday. They are almost there out of respect. And while they are out on the hike, one of the friends falls and twists his knee. So rather than follow the trail, which is going to take several hours longer than it should, to the next stop off point on the hike, they decide to take a shortcut through a forest. I know, horror movie, it's never a good phrase to hear, that is it? Shortcut through a forest, when you know you're watching a horror movie. But this is what they decide to do because they need to cut the walking distance for their friend who's hurt his knee. So they begin walking through the forest. They get a little bit turned around, and it's getting dark, and they end up staying in like this abandoned shack overnight. Creepy things start happening, and it's clear that there is actually something in these woods with them, that is stalking them. That's all I'm really going to say on the story here, guys, because this is a film you need to see to get the full effect of it. Now, the story itself, there's nothing really original about it. You've seen this kind of thing done many times. What makes this film work is a number of things for me. It's beautifully made and filmed for a start, and the cinematography is just outstanding. I mean, it looks beautiful. It really does. And the cast itself work brilliantly. Normally, when you put a group of actors together and they have to pretend to be friends, doesn't always work depending on the quality of the actors that you get. It really works here. You believe these guys are friends because they're constantly arguing. They can't really agree on everything and anything. They're always taking the piss out of each other as well, taking the mickey out of each other. And you just believe that these are the kind of friends that would meet up once a month, once every couple of months, catch up sort of thing. But they're not like the closest friends in the world sort of thing. And it really worked. You really believe the dynamics and the relationships between them all. And what this film did really right, it took the time to introduce you to these characters and for you to get to know them before the horror elements of this movie started, really. What else did it get right? Really clever in the way it's filmed. It's very scary, even though it doesn't show a lot. It's very tense. Again, it doesn't show a lot, but the music is done really well. It really adds to the fear, and it tells you when you should be frightened, and it's right. You should be frightened when it's telling you should be frightened. There's no cheap jump scares in here, not really. And the force of what is stalking them in the forest is, when you actually get a reveal, it's so original. I've never seen anything like it. Very imaginative, very creative, and very terrifying in a lot of ways. And this film constantly kept me on the edge of my seat, constantly kept me afraid. I was worried for the characters, and genuinely I was super impressed with this film. Really fantastic horror movie, and almost a shame it is on Netflix because this deserved to be a cinema release. Absolutely it did. I think this would have done very well at the cinema. Really good, really frightening. Not I can't really think of any tangible weaknesses I can give you for this film. I just can't. Maybe It got a little bit too confusing for its own good near the end. It didn't do a hugely good job of explaining itself. I don't necessarily think it needed to, but near the end they meet up with some other people. I'm not going to say who or why or what the situation is, but I would have hoped for a little bit more of an explanation as to what was going on, and didn't really get it. Now that could be seen as a strength or a weakness. It didn't bother me really, but I'm just trying to think of a weakness, and that's the only one I can think of. Great film, 8.5 out of 10 for me. This is one of my favourite horror movies, or certainly over the last 6 months or so, and I highly recommend it if you fancy a really good horror movie in the woods, guys. Give this a watch.